VTS, Jenny Blue, Steamtown Key.
Jenny Blue, VTS, Horsey, thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, let's try that again. Ahoy, shipmates. There we go. It's a beautifully wonderful sunny day here in the port of Southampton. It's not particularly warm. I mean, I say that it's probably in the sort of mid-20s, but the sun is really strong. It feels very hot out there. Not exactly Rusty's favourite. He tends to dash around in the shade a lot. Got a couple of queens in port at the moment. The Queen Elizabeth, you can just about see there. Just about see the bow of the Queen Elizabeth. And on the right, in the middle centre of the picture, there is the Queen Mary 2, which I did a little drone of yesterday morning as she came into port. In fact, I live streamed it. Down at Cowshot Spit, she came past Cowshot Spit. I think it was well, it was after 6 o'clock in the morning because I was listening to the Today programme. So yeah, it must be about 6:30ish, something like that. It was before the sports news. I've discovered I'm currently making a website and improving the channel and coming up with some images for different bits and pieces and merchandise, of course, merchandise. And I've discovered that a lot of my photographs, although I would, even if I do say so myself, they're not too bad, they don't suit...
VTS, Wittonia.
Wittonia, VTS.
Yeah, have you got a departure time for the James Cook?
Wittonia, VTS, yep. Sorry, sir, you cut off.
Yeah, I'm just asking, have you got a departure time for the James Cook?
Yeah, not till 8:30 in the morning now.
Okay, thank you very much.
The James Cook is a research vessel. She's down at the Empress Dock. Anyway, what I was saying is I've discovered that lots of my photographs, even though I just says himself there, not too bad, they don't suit merchandise. I needed some different angles. So I went down to Cowshot Spit yesterday morning and took some head-on one, like we have here of the Queen Mary 2, very distinctive. And I took some perfectly side ones. And we don't take a side photograph because, well, it's not really very aesthetically pleasing. But sometimes on merchandise that it's necessary to have some more fundamental side-on and bow head-on angles and stern angles on. So anyway, we're here to see the Marella Explorer. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Darren Howell. Many thanks for your kind donation. Put that towards some new cameras, which I am hopefully going to continue the installation on a new camera next week. It's been a slow process. I've had many problems actually with this camera installation. Had a lot of internet problems, networking problems, and now I'm having and then last week I had internet problems and I couldn't get it to work. And it was due to a different internet provider which I've not used before, and I had to change some settings in the camera. Anyway, it's a little bit boring, but anyway, it's a slow process, but I'm hopefully down the next week to push forward the installation on that camera. And then I've got another camera hopefully going in on the Itchen River soon as well. I'm just waiting for installation of internet down there. So again, at the bequest of BT Internet. It seems to be actually BT Internet on both locations. It seems to be my nemesis at the moment. But anyway, as I was saying, we're here for the Marella Explorer. I haven't heard that she's singling up, but I have heard that she's all ready to go. She's got passengers on board, and they're off down to Torquay. $737 crew on board. Oh, many thanks. Ahoy there, shipmate. Mark Jensen, many thanks for your kind donation. That will help pay for the networking at the next camera installation. It's becoming quite an effort to try and get all these cameras installed. It's just not as easy as turning up and screwing it to the wall. There's always a lot of steps. Although probably I'm getting better at it, especially now that I know the problems with BT internet, so that'll help a lot. Yes, like I was saying, 737 crew on board and 416 passengers. So that's a pretty fantastic ratio. You'll have some damn fine service on that ship. Let's have a look. Let's have a look who's in the chat. We're just waiting. Well, actually, I'll go over here and I'll show you. The Marella Explorer is just off to the right-hand side of the picture. We can't see her, but I'll keep an eye on it, and I suspect she'll be on her way very shortly. You normally hear on the radio. I've got to see what the radio. You normally hear on the radio if she's singling up or something, so we'll hear about that. And then, of course, we do have the Queen Mary 2 here in port, and we have the Queen Elizabeth. Unfortunately, the Queen Elizabeth has some cases of COVID on board, so she's a self-isolating cruise ship. So she's had to cancel the first month's worth of cruises. I know a particular shipmate rather, who's very disappointed that he can't go on his cruise. He's telling me that he'll be rebooking maybe later if he can fit it in. Let's have a look. Okay, so who's in that one? So, go to the chat. Ahoy there, News Girl 100. And Robert's in chat, calls with the information. Ahoy there, Tissy. Nops many passengers, says Tissy.
Hey, we've done a fleet of ETS, good reviews. I got the Red Eagle bomb gap there down for Cows, and the Marella Explorer breaking away now.
Well, the man from VTS says that Marella Explorer is breaking away. I could just check the map, couldn't I? Let's have a quick look. So, sneaky look on the map. Doesn't look particularly breaking away to me. Well, keep an eye on it. I'm sure she's very soon in the off. Yes, not many passengers on board. She's on a coastal cruise, and I'm not sure if she's going to stop into Liverpool. One of the other cruise ships stopped in Liverpool and picked up passengers, so that perhaps that's what's happening. Let's look. Okay. To see. Oh, ahoy there, Mark Green. And ahoy there, Barbara Schwanitz from Germany. Oh, guten Abend. And ahoy there, Fred not Ted. When is Queen Mary 2 leaving? That's a very good question. I think she's here for a few days. I could probably tell you if I clicked and had a look somewhere. Let's have a quick look, shall we, so we can satisfy you. Because if she leaves from there, it's a really good view, isn't it? Queen Mary 2 is departing on the 17th at 6 o'clock, so that's tomorrow. That should be quite good. It's going to be a lovely weekend, so that's all very clear pictures there. I've noticed it's very clear at the moment down to the Isle of Wight, so we'll have some really good views this evening. Okay, where are we? Ahoy there, Sandra Woodcock. And ahoy there, Darren Howell. Ahoy there, Diana Bridge. Lovely evening for a cruise. No, I absolutely agree with you there, shipmate. I think if you're leaving the wonderful port of Southampton on a day like today, you could be sitting there on your balcony, enjoying the sun. Oh, hi there, Darren Harrell. Another kind donation. That's very generous of you. I'd say all donations greatly received go into the camera funds. Some of the cameras are quite expensive. Some of them aren't too bad. Some of them aren't so expensive. Some of the cheapest camera I've got, for instance, that streams directly to YouTube, which is a very important feature. It's a real bargain. That's about £80, and it's 4K, and I think the picture quality is not bad at all. And I've got another camera that's a couple of £100. That's a fixed camera, and the picture quality on that is much better. That's Ferrycam. And then we've got the Ptz cameras, or as American fellows might say, PTZ. They're the ones that we can control and move around, pan, tilt, and zoom. And they start at, I think, around about £450 for port and box cam. And then I was going to say probably the king, but I'm going to go with the queen. The queen of the cameras is cruise cam. Cruise cam definitely has the best picture, the best optics, the best zoom, the most reliable. And it's 4K. It's clearly by far the best camera. I think that one was about £1,800. But it's a superb camera. It's definitely my favourite for image quality. Although it doesn't have quite such a good remote application for controlling it as the port and box cam.
VTS, we're telling you all fast on the Janie W23 berth.
We're telling you, VTS, that's all received. Thank you, and good evening, Sean.
Yeah, thank you, good evening. We'll be shifting at about 4:30 in the morning for the celebrity silhouettes.
That's all received, no problem, sir. Thank you.
And there we go, the celebrity silhouettes coming in the morning. Useful information from the radio. Radio is very useful. It's the radio is the VTS radio, it's Vessel Traffic Services. Rather like the air traffic control of the waterways, but the ships have to ask for permission to move and come and go, and they'll tell them what's happening and make sure they're not trying to depart or arrive when something else rather large is departing or arriving. So anyway, I was go back to that point. Many thanks for your donation, shipmates. They're all really appreciated. Cabin is just knocking over 32 degrees. It's certainly warming up. Oh, I saw a question there and I've lost it. Oh, there we go. Oh, ahoy there. David Oakley is asking what the American tents are for. I think you're talking about this one here. Well, this is the Continental Circus Berlin. They are currently in Mayflower Park offering thrills and excitement for children of all ages. They have afternoon performances aimed at children, and as far as I can tell, they have evening performances aimed at adults. I don't think they have animals anymore in the circus. It's all of these sort of indoor motorcycle things and high wire acts and lots of very talented and skilled people. Let's cross the other side over here. This is Hyde Marina. That's a really popular destination, close to the forest, and you can have a house with your own mooring right outside. Very popular location there. I'm still waiting for the Marella Explorer, although I'm seeing a touch of smoke over that way, drifting in the distance. There's a good chance that's Marella Explorer. I'll check the map.
Grand New York, Toronto VTS. Good afternoon.
Yep, she is on the move, so I would imagine we will see Marella Explorer very shortly.
Grand New York VTS, that's all received, and you're going to nav anchorage number 2. Give me a call again once you want to drop your anchor in the anchorage, sir. I'll just check your position.
I think it's probably about time to turn that radio off.
Give me a call just before you want to drop, sir, so I can check your position. Thank you, sir. Maintain a good listening watch and channel 12 all the time.
And there we go. The radio is off. Very useful, very helpful to know what's going on. The cruise ships can depart on regular times, but they can also depart slightly early, and they can also depart slightly late, and also they can depart at completely different times. So in order not to miss out on any live streams or ship movements, may I suggest you hit that subscribe button, and then if a live stream goes ahead, you'll be notified and you won't miss out. This is the Marella Explorer here, coming over on the right hand side of the screen, destined for Torquay. Torquay Bay. I think that's what the pilot said. Oh, there, Barbara Schwartz. Have a good trip. Yes, I hope everyone on board has a good trip. Considering there's only, I think it was 400 odd passengers, the Marella Explorer has a total capacity of almost 2,000 passengers, so there'll be plenty of space on board. Can't imagine the queue for the buffet will be too long. Yeah, ahoy there, Mark Richardson. I think just answered your question. Off to Torbay, I think. Oh, and Mark Richardson also, how many passengers aboard? It's 416 passengers. And Barbara Schwartz, guten Abend, danke. And ahoy there, the nerd Ryan. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Oh, News Girl says the volume's a bit low. Oh, curious. Because it's flashing some little red lights that says I'm really loud. Perhaps I was pointing the other way. I do need to move my microphone and tweak things around here, really. It's a bit of a compromised setup in the cabin at the moment. It's continuously improving, though. Step by step. Now, I think you couldn't beat having a lovely cocktail on your balcony this evening with a setting sun. It could be quite spectacular. Certainly plenty warm enough. I don't know, sort of imagine that you could be sipping all sorts of lovely exotic beverages. Probably a rum-based beverage would be my preference. But I'm rather ashamed to admit, shipmates, it's all gone horribly wrong. I completely missed International World Rum Day. It was last Saturday. I just completely missed it. Just checking the large screen on top of the Marella Explorer. As per usual, they are not showing the Solent Ships TV, which is a bit of a shame. I'll have to have a word with the cruise director on board the Marella Explorer, Matthew Shaw. I think you should probably connect to YouTube and show the passengers on board what they're missing. So if you're on YouTube, Matthew Shaw, just drop us a line and I'm sure we can arrange something. Although there aren't that many passengers on board, and there are quite a lot out on the decks. Not like some of the previous cruises we've had recently, which have been really poor weather. Actually, tonight is a wonderful evening. Exactly what you want on the start of your cruise. Yep, I can see them there, sitting back, having a wonderful drink and watching the ever-setting sun. Ahoy there, Andy Everett. I think the original itinerary was to Scotland, so it's an amended route. Aha. Yes, I know the Scottish aren't keen on the English visiting. There has been some old Nicola Sturgeon has been putting her foot down and saying we don't want those disease-ridden English people visiting our fair isle. It's all turning a bit strange. I see that on Monday it's going to be Freedom Day. Got a merchant navy ship in there. I think it's the Harting Point. I can't see. I should have zoomed in more, shouldn't I? I could read. Oh, there, Irish Mark. You're watching from work. Oh, dearie me. I hope your boss doesn't also watch the channel. This is a problem that I hope not to experience. I find it's quite relaxing during a meeting while I can just sort of drive the cameras and watch what's going on in port whilst away a dull meeting. Beautiful. Yeah, really are a good number of shipmates up here on the... Oh yes, we've got some dancing and waving. Perfect, look at that. That's some proper waving, that is. I think there must be some sort of entertainment area at the very top of the Marella Explorer. I see some dancing going on as well. It's clearly a full-on party up there. The Marella Explorer here is just passing the Red Funnel terminal here. Red Funnel have been in the news lately. They are struggling with crew members. They've got 3 ferries in service between Southampton and the Isle of Wight, and they have been struggling with crews self-isolating and thus reducing their numbers and not being able to operate a full complement of ferries. I heard that the CEO, Fran Collins, was on the PM programme this afternoon talking about her woes. I think this is a woe that affects many businesses at the moment, with staff self-isolating. I think perhaps I need to go and self-isolate. Ahoy there, Bubblehead. Oh, and ahoy there, Vanessa Wells from South Wales. And ahoy there, Harold HCD. Do you record from your house or do you go somewhere to record? I'm recording from my cabin. My very hot little cabin, which is now up to 33 degrees C, as the computer that does the live streaming generates an awful lot of heat. It's not really the time of year to be sat in a small cabin with essentially what's like a hairdryer busy puffing away. The cameras are all over the sort of town of Southampton, or the city of Southampton locations, connected to remotely via the internet. Isn't the internet just wonderful? I like Stephen Joy's Heartland Point. Ah, yes, of course. I couldn't see it properly. I'm all misting up here. Yeah, it's been quite a busy week here for the channel. Channel was the Creator on the Rise on, I think it was Wednesday. Yes, it was Wednesday. For 24 hours, we were Creator on the Rise. So if you went to the Explore tab on YouTube, Soda Chips was right at the very top. I think that's a wonderful testament to all of you loyal subscribers and viewers that enjoy watching the channel. spreading the word. And of course the Blue Spanner crew will do such a fine job in making sure everything goes smoothly in the chat. Go back over this way now. She's just past the town keep here. Means that we'll be able to see Queen Mary 2 at the same time, and also Queen Elizabeth. Ahoy there, the Nerd Ryan. I'm working on a ship out of Portland next week and we'll be travelling through Southampton. Shame I couldn't see him in person. Oh, well, if you do travel through the port of Southampton, mate, give us a wave if you're on a ship, or if you're not on the ship, still give us a wave. Marella Explorer is one of my favourite ships when it comes to naming. You've probably all heard me say this before, but it's just like some sort of Hollywood series of films. Originally launched in 1996, so it's getting on quite a bit for a cruise ship there. I don't see many cruise ships, they're sort of 25 years old, or thereabouts. Originally she was the Galaxy from 96 to 2008, and then 2008-2009 the Celebrity Galaxy. And then she changed over to Mine Chief in 2009, just for a year, and then for 8 years she was Mine Chief 1. And then since 2018 she's been the Marella Explorer. Oh, the boat you can see in the bottom left-hand corner there, that's the local harbour master. I suspect he'll be out this evening checking on all those speeding jet skis. This part of the port is limited to a speed of 6 knots. But a lot of recreational boat users don't seem to know that and will blast through at all sorts of crazy speeds. And if you're caught speeding, there is a fine to pay, so can't say I recommend it. Just had to take a little cooling drink there. It's up to 34 now in my little cabin, so it's getting toasty. Oh, ahoy there, Nerd Ryan. These interesting passenger crew ratio. Absolutely, I think that's the result of the pandemic more than the result of planning by the cruise ship operators. Must be very infuriating when you're trying to operate cruise ships and the rules keep changing. It's not like you can just change quickly between various different locations and crew numbers, and then you've planned a trip to Scotland and they don't let you in. Very frustrating. Or there, Corey Pritchard Stephen. The sound of either the water hitting the pans or the wind chimes is very relaxing. Well, it's the noise of the stays. Now you can see in front of you there all the yachts when they're in the marina. The stays and the cables just make a ever so gentle chinking noise against the mast. It's certainly a wonderful way to chime yourself to sleep. Oh, there Canforce 3 with some information from Canada. Cruise ships are allowed to visit, but not until November. Gosh, that's quite late, isn't it? We would have been cruising for quite some time by the time you get your cruises going. Get a little view here of the Queen Elizabeth. Like I say, unfortunately, she is self-isolating due to a number of crew picking up the coronavirus. I think this could be the state of things to come, with various ships coming in and out of service while crews are self-isolating. Certainly the problem is afflicting the Red Funnel service. And then we've got a lovely view here of the Queen Mary 2 head-on. It's not often you'll get to see an uninterrupted view of the Queen Mary 2 head-on. Very distinctive design. Those black lines that are around the portholes on both the port and starboard side, there's 3 of them each side, it's supposed to represent fingers coming around the ship and sort of hugging them. Not sure I see that myself, but I certainly like the detail. Marella Explorer's just reaching the dock head now, so she'll be opening up the taps, hence you'll see more of a puff of black smoke out the top. Not the yellow smoke that we see with more of the modern ships that have the sulfur dioxide scrubbing technology. That comes out all yellowy, which frankly looks even worse. It looks really toxic, but I'm led to believe by powers that be that is very comfortable for the environment, whereas this is probably full of particulates and all sorts of strange sulfur dioxide things. I'll just scoot to the other side. There we go. And then we can see the Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mary too. Ahoy there, Chuck Pond from San Antonio, Texas. Ahoy there, Dan Vant. You're on board from the 28th of July. Do I know if restrictions will be in place then? I'm not sure. As far as I can tell, I don't think there will be restrictions on board, but they keep changing. The rules keep changing all the time, and I think some of the operators are also enforcing their own rules. So it's rather tricky to know what is going to happen. I think you're best just to keep an eye on it. But if you've booked your spot, I guess that's probably good for you. Ahoy there, liner lovers. What is your favourite cruise company? E.g. P&O or Cunard? Well, to be honest, I don't really have a favourite. I think I enjoy them all. I really want to have a look at the new cruise ship, which I've forgotten her name. Let me just check just a second, because I think I know. I think it's the Horizon cruise ship. Yes, it is the Horizon cruise ship, which is a fantastic square-rigged sailing vessel. I think it's 5 masts, if memory serves me correctly. Has enough capacity for, I think it's about 290 passengers on board. Now, to me, that looks phenomenal. A sailing cruising ship. It takes you back to the old days of cruising before the modern diesel electric engines. I'm presuming that she does actually travel under sail at some point, because she does have the tall masts on board. So I think that'd probably be my cruise ship of choice at the moment if I had to pick one to go on. But apart from that, I frankly like all ships, all shapes and sizes. I don't mind what they are, and we do see an awful lot here in the port of Southampton, all sorts of ships. I think we're incredibly lucky here. We have tugs, steam tugs, steam ships, merchant navy ships, hovercrafts coming and going every so often, ferries of course, high-speed catamarans, lots of pleasure craft, container ships, ships on ships. Yeah, I think there's pretty much everything in here. We don't have a great deal of military ships, but we do have the odd one or two there. So I think I think I just generally enjoy looking at all ships that come and go and seeing the variety. And of course, we do get the odd super yacht as well. I'm quite partial to a super yacht. Super yacht Zen was here in port for quite a while. Lovely looking super yacht, that one. And Bill Gates' Tender Wayfinder. She was in port for quite a while as well. Equally attractive. Oh, there, Victor Tilson. He's suggesting to ask Boris. That would be my bet as well. Just keep an eye on what Boris says. Or anyone else representing the government. Ahoy there. I'm the real Jeff. Great cameras. Even see the cables connecting the pylons. Yeah, it's thanks, shipmate. These are some wonderful cameras. This is Cruise Cam we're watching now, which is my best camera by far. Best picture quality, the best zoom, and the most expensive as well, which is rather unfortunate, but generally all round the best camera. The Marella Explorer will pop out from behind the stern of the Queen Elizabeth, but not for a minute or two. I'll just have a quick look on the Queen Elizabeth, shall we? See what's going on there. Not a lot. We can zoom in quite closely. And I can confirm it says Queen Elizabeth. Yep. Oh, I've just gone to the wrong place. Got a number of presets set on here. Makes moving the camera easy. There we go. We'll just sit here for a while and wait for the Marella Explorer to pop out from the stern, which shouldn't take too long. One of the red funnel ferries. It gives you a good idea how clear it is this evening. That's all the way down to Southampton Water to the Esso refinery, and in the very distance you can see the rolling hills of the Isle of Wight. That's a wonderfully clear evening again. It's surprising really how often we don't get such a clear evening. Or during the day, visibility is quite often reduced. We don't notice living inland or driving a car, you don't notice the visibility, but when you start looking miles and miles, it does. Surprising how often it's not that far. Dan Vant, oh, shipmate, not sure you'll get a straight answer from Boris. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, hi there, Peter Kerr. Stayed on the original Queen Mary, now a hotel docked in Long Beach. That's true. Wonderful experience. I understand the Queen Mary Hotel in Long Beach has fallen into a state of disrepair and has been bought by the city of Long Beach because the current owner was failing to maintain her and keep her in satisfactory order, thus potentially letting her fall into disrepair and not being able to be used. So I think, if I remember correctly reading it, the City of Long Beach has bought her and will now spend some money on it to make her shipshape for staying passengers. Oh, there, Lynn Callan, the sailing cruise ship, the Horizon, is in Poole Harbour. That's right, shipmate. She's supposed to dock into Cowes as well at some point. I don't think she's coming into the port of Southampton, which I find slightly annoying. I know she's in Poole. I will have to try and coordinate, I think, and get down for a little drone, because I'm quite keen to see the Horizon. And, of course, droning it would be good. But, of course, the best thing to do would be to drone her with all her sails up. Not sure she'd be navigating out of Poole Harbour with all the sails up. I imagine she'd be under power. But I suppose when she gets out into the sun, she might put the sails up. Anyway, let's just see what we can do. Oh, there, Lynn Cannon. We are ship watchers out of Portsmouth. I wish that the webcams were at the same quality as yours. Well, hold on to your horses, shipmates. I am looking to expand the camera network. bringing better quality cameras all to the Solent area. Portsmouth being in the Solent area, as far as I'm concerned. If you do know of a destination or a location, drop me an email. It's in the About section on the YouTube, and I'll see if I can sort something out. Well, shipmates, hope you've enjoyed the experience of the Marella Explorer leaving on this wonderful evening. Just look at that. I think we could be in for quite an attractive sunset this evening. If you have enjoyed this evening, do think about subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Like I say, whenever I have a live stream, you'll be notified. And it helps the channel massively. And it doesn't cost you a penny. Many thanks to all my subscribers, of course. And also many thanks to my Patreon donors and PayPal donors. And of course, many thanks to the Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat so well and making sure everything is ship-shape and Bristol fashion. Right, shipmates, I'm going to carry on following the Marella Explorer out. I shall just sign off the commentary. Until next time, shipmates.
Grand Mercury, VTS there. Good evening to you, sir. .9 and 44 verified head here, and 2 tugs for your arrival, the Mercurius and Aston. Traffic-wise, you've got the Source Bundell running down to the fort, down for the Lab dredge area, and the Marella Explorer running down to the Catalan, outward bound. Every time it's later, VTS. Thank you, sir. I've got the Red Falcon behind the Marella. Yes, perfect, well. Please, 37 Bravo, thank you.
GTS, Red Jet 6, shortly away from Town Key. All copied, thanks. Good evening.